Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to talk about what I think is the most important thing you can learn when it comes to songwriting, and that's called chord scales. So what is a chord scale? A chord scale is based off a major scale. In the major scale we have 7 notes, and for each one of those 7 notes you're going to have a chord. Every single pop song you probably hear on the radio is based off this system of chords that come from the major scale. We're going to look at everything in this video in terms of the key of C, but what you learn in the key of C would apply to every single other key. To C sharp major, to D major, D sharp major, G sharp major. It's all exactly the same theory, just shifted into a new key. We're going to do it in C so that we can use open chords, but if you did it in a different key, you could do the same system of chords, but you'd probably use bar chords to get all the 7 chords out. So let's look at the key of C. In C we have 7 notes. We've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, for each one of those notes we're going to have a chord, and this system stays the same for every key. So for the first note in the scale you're going to have a major chord. For the second note in the scale you're going to have a minor. For the third you're going to have a minor. For the fourth, major. Fifth, major. Sixth, minor. Seventh, diminished. But for the sake of this exercise we're going to leave the diminished off for a bit and just focus on the first 6. So we have major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished for the 7th. So now we apply that to the key of C. So for the first note C you have C major. For the second note D you have D minor. For the third note E you have E minor. Then for the 4th note F you have F major. 5th note G, G major. 6th note A minor. And then we'd have to B diminished back to C. Okay. So an example of a really classic chord progression that uses this system would be the 1, 5, 6, 4. So in this key of C we would have C as 1, 5 would be C, D, E, F, G, 6 would be C, D, E, F, G, A, and then 4 would be C, D, E, F, which is F. Okay, so with a standard strumming pattern we'd get C, 1, 5 is G, 6 is A minor, 4 is F. Now, if you're writing a song, you can pull from any of those chords. Say that was your verse and you liked it, you had a melody on it, but you wanted to try something different from the chorus. You have a guideline now of chords you can pick from. Rather than just trying to wing it and come up with a chord, you could go, well, I might try chord 2, which would be D minor, chord 4, which is F, 6, which is A minor, 3, which is E minor. Now you have a chord progression that I just wrote on the spot by just using my chord scale system. I could go 5, 6, 4, 1, which would be G, 5, 6 A minor, F, 4, 1, C, G, 5, A minor, 6. Now I could go 2, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 1, 5. So Ed Sheeran's really good at doing this, for example. He will often just use the same chord progression in different sections of the song, but he'll shift the number system around. A good example of this is the song Photograph, where he's in the key of E, E major, which means E is our 1. Then you'd have F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, C sharp minor. And the intro chord progression is E, which is 1, C sharp minor, which is 6, B, which is 5, pre-chorus, I believe, is 6, 4, 1, 5, 6, 4, 1, 5, and then the chorus is 1, 5, 6, 4. Back to the start, which is 1, 6, 5, 4. A good thing with this as well is if you want to transpose a song. So for example, that song there where we're in the key of E, but say you wanted to play it with open chords, because that song has a lot of bar chord shapes, but you wanted to play it with open chords, you can take the number system. So if we take the intro there, you got 1, 6, 5, 4. You can do the same thing, but do it with your open chords. So in the key of C, 1 would be C. You'd have 6, which is A minor, C, D, E, F, G, A. Then you'd have 5, which is G, and then 4, which is F. C, A minor. You could play the whole song, exactly the same system, and it'd sound really similar, but it would be in a different key. And that's where capos come in. So a lot of people like playing with the capo because it means they can play every song technically in the key of C, which means they can use all their open chords that they know and just move them into different keys. Really simple, really obvious. Once you get it, it kind of just makes you think, well, pop songs are really easy. And a lot of the time they're just using that system. Eventually, once you really learn this well, the idea is that some of these rules can be broken. But you want to learn the rules first so that you can break the rules later. For example, you can change chords within that system. So a really common one, for example, in the key of C, is that it should be C major, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, but I can change my E from E minor, which sounds really correct, and flip it to, say, an E major. And all of a sudden my song's got a little bit of an edge to it because it's slightly breaking those rules. And there are some theory names and stuff that we call those breaking of the rules, like secondary dominant, but I'll get to that stuff in another video. For the moment, try out playing your chord scales in the key of C, C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and see if you can come up with your own chord progressions. Chuck in a strumming pattern from a song you know. See if you can come up with your own songs. Start humming melodies. If you want to play a melody on the guitar over the top, you can use your C major scale, because that's where the chords come from, so the scale is going to sound great with the chords. You can also use your pentatonic. A good one that fits in the key of C would be the A minor pentatonic. So you could record a chord progression, and start actually playing melodies along to it. Cool, I hope that made some sense, and I hope it helps you start to write your own songs. The cool thing with this is it doesn't change for different styles of music. They all use the same system. The complexity of the system just gets a bit more hectic. For example, in jazz music, we start to add extensions to chords. So you might still be playing chord 1, but you might make it a major 7 or a major 9, but you're still technically on chord 1. Alrighty, that'll do. Check that out. Write a song and have some fun with it. Cheers.